try this again. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tori Creates podcast, episode 57. My name is Tori or Victoria, the mastermind behind the crazy, and thank you for joining me today. Before we jump into today's episode, I just want to let you know where you can find me. You can find me on Instagram as Tori Scheffner. I'm typically most active there, although I haven't been as active anywhere lately. I am on Facebook, just not as active there. I have my normal page and my Woolly Mastodon page. The show notes are always on the blog, woolymastodon.wordpress.com. Let's see, where else am I? I'm on Ravelry as lilwestie, Lilwestie, and then of course here I am on YouTube. With that, we'll jump into the episode today. I've got a long one. It is a lovely Saturday, December 11th. I am coming to you from just south of Madison, Wisconsin. Probably about 10 minutes south, so not very far when I say that. And it's a fine snowy day, or it was. It rained last night, and at some point it converted to snow, and when I woke up there was snow all over the ground, but it's now melting, which is probably good, because if rain converts to snow, that means ice, so I'd rather it just melt and not be ice. So there is that, but it is a chilly day, so it's a cozy day. Like I mentioned, I have a lot to show you. You probably noticed that I have been gone for about a month. Mainly because I didn't intend to be gone that long. I was out of town for Thanksgiving, and then I had to catch up from that, and I was going to film last weekend, but I was not feeling well. So, Justin, my husband, was like, you should rest. And he was right, because it helped. And so, here we are, podcasting, and now I have a lot to show. So we're going to see. I apologize in advance for a long episode, but because I've been gone longer, I have a lot to show, and because it's the holidays and everything, and my birthday happened. I am now 30, yay. But my birthday happened, so let's see. I've got a lot to show. So I'm going to start with the usual shenanigans. I do have a finished object. I have one finished object, but it's a big finished object. I finished my granny square blanket. This is just a very large granny square blanket. It hasn't been washed, so once it's washed it'll lay a little more flat, and I'm not going to be able to get all of this in frame. But I crocheted this with, I believe, is that an 8? I don't remember what that is. It was an H crochet hook, and I don't know where my crochet hook is at the moment. So US H, and I did granny squares. I've done this type of blanket before. I don't follow a pattern, but I just made a bunch of granny squares all in the same size out of basically Red Heart Super Saver. The white's a different yarn, but it is also essentially Red Heart Super Saver, just a different brand. And then I joined them together with this darker green yarn, and I put a small border on it. Like I said, everything's curling a little bit because it hasn't been washed. But it is done. It's a very decent lap blanket size. Like right now it's more than covers me. That's what I wanted it to be, was a lap blanket. So it's nice and warm. It's super cozy. I'm really happy with it. And with Red Heart, yeah, it's not the softest yarn, but with washing it, it actually gets a lot softer. So once this gets washed, it'll be a lot softer. But this is a big one. This one I've been working on for a better part of the year. So it is done. And I am quite happy with it. I think it turned out really well. So, yay! This is my finished object for the week. But since it's a pretty big one, I was pretty close to done last episode, so I didn't have a whole lot to do on it, but now she is done. So that is actually my only finished object at the moment, but I have quite a few works in progress, and I have a lot of other things to show. So works in progress, let's see, what have I got? We'll start with this guy since it's all the way over here. I've actually migrated this over to a different bag, because it was easier to bring to work. But this is my Weekender Light by Andrea Mowry. And, right? Andrea Mowry? Wow, I'm losing my mind today. Yeah, Andrea Mowry. And I did put some progress on it since you last saw it. Not as much as I probably would have liked to, but I did do from the stitch marker up. So I did all of that. It still doesn't look like much, but basically the body length is done. And now I'm separating for the top, so where I would separate for sleeves and everything. So I'm on that row. I just haven't gotten very far. But Week Under Light, Andrea Mari. I'm knitting this on a US 3.25 millimeter needle. I'm using Knit Picks hand paint. Yeah, in the color Renaissance. It is pretty crazy, so we'll see how it turns out as a sweater once it's done, because the pooling got a little funky in certain areas, because obviously my gauge must have changed in the process of working on this, and then it went back to what it was, but that's okay. I think it'll still be cool. It's really like kind of squished up on my needles right now, so it's harder to even see what this is going to be, but this is actually knit inside out. So right now you are seeing the inside of my sweater and not the outside of my sweater. So keep that in mind as well, just because we're going for texture. So it'll look a little different. But yeah, I really like how it's coming out right now. I moved it over to this backpack, which actually Justin gave me for my birthday. It had all kinds of candy in it. It's just a really light, thin backpack. But it's perfect for this sweater, and it's a lot easier to travel with, so I could bring it to work and work on it in the mornings, because I had gone to work early a couple days this week. So it was a little easier to travel with. But not a whole lot to show yet, just because sweaters, when they're not finished, are kind of hard to see. But Week Under Light by Andrea Mari. Let's see. Let me get this all packed up back in here, because I've got to get this back in the backpack with my notions pouch. All of the yarn. Okay. So then I also put work on my socks. So I have been knitting a pair of toe-up socks. These are actually intended to be shorty socks. And this is with yarn that is left over from when I knit, wow, I already forgot the name of the sweater. From when I knit, what is the name of that sweater? The other pattern by Andrea Mari that I knit. Either way, I am using the leftovers from the sweater. And the first tube is done. I completed the first tube, so this white line here is where I will put the heel in. And then it's going to be a shorty sock, so the heel will go here. And this is all, from that up, is all I'll have for like cuff. But I didn't want it to be super long. I wanted to try knitting socks my way. I've knit one pair of Rose City Rollers, and I'm not super into the fit. They're really comfortable. I'll wear them, but I'm not as into those. So I'm going to try my regular toe-up vanilla sock method that I use, and then just knit them shorter. And I have started the second one. I have a toe, and I've started on the foot in the other color. This is knit out of Knit Picks. Is this Hawthorne? I honestly don't remember. I think this is Hawthorne. I don't know that I have. Yeah, it is. It's Hawthorne fingering. This is the Poseidon kettle dye. And then the contrasting heels, toes, and cuffs are in cattail. So I knit my socks on a US 1.25 millimeter needle, and I knit them toe up in like a vanilla sock pattern recipe, just basically a really basic pattern. I do the forethought afterthought heel, which I never remember the name, where I put the string in, so that I just have to pull that out when I want to knit the heel. But I finished an entire sock tube, and I have started a second one. I've been knitting on these at work a little bit more, so this has been really nice. So I figured I would share. That is my second work in progress. My third and final work in progress is going to be my granny stripe blanket, and I will show it because I kind of put a halt on this because, as I've mentioned in previous episodes, this year I was lucky enough, and just everything worked out, that I was able to get a advent calendar, a yarn advent calendar from a homespun house. So it came all the way from Germany, and it is here, and it is amazing, and I've been opening them up every day. But the intention for this advent calendar is that I'm going to put the mini skeins in this blanket. And you might see I really don't have much left of this last cake. But I was going to cake up another thing of yarn because I've moved all of my minis. I think I have other stuff in here. Yeah, I've got envelopes and stuff. But I moved all my like mini skeins and scraps into this bin. And you can see there's not a lot in here right now, and also there's a lot of bright colors because, hello, I like bright colors. And right now in the blanket, the concentration of bright colors is getting more and more, which is okay. But I figured since I don't know what all the colors will be in the advent calendar, I think I'm actually going to wait until I've opened up all of the days. And then once I've opened up all the days, I will start on this again. And I will crochet it. But I have worked on this month. Actually, since we last spoke, I have done from the stitch marker up. And the stitch marker is actually from the advent calendar. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's a pretty wild blanket. But it's this little jingle bell. And it's got like, I think these are supposed to be like poinsettias and then white little flowers. And it's this little gold charm. And actually, the gold charm came on St. Nicholas Day. So on, is it the 6th? I'm horrible at remembering it. But the yarn that day was named St. Nicholas. And then there was a little stitch marker in it with the yarn. So I thought that was really sweet. And I was like, well, now I have to put it on this blanket instead of the other one because it's just meant for this. So I am crocheting this on a, oh, where did I put the peg? I've got stuff, like I said, I've got stuff everywhere. I am crocheting this on a 3.5 millimeter hook, crochet hook. And yeah, I've made quite a bit of progress on this. I've really enjoyed working on this. I worked on this almost exclusively as the project I was working on at Thanksgiving. So quite a few rows have been put on here since we last spoke. But like I said, I was gonna make another cake of yarn, and I decided not to because I just want to like see what the advent calendar brings and then kind of pick my colors accordingly to like spread out my neons and everything a little bit more if I can. So yeah, so that is actually my last work in progress. I'm gonna put this away so that I'm not annoying you with the little jingle bell. I don't mind it, but I don't want to annoy anybody with it. And we can move over to stash enhancements actually, because naturally I do have some. Actually, I have quite a few. We'll start with the first one, which is my Homespun House Advent Calendar. I've just been leaving the bags that I opened up in here. So since it's day 11, I can show you day 9 and not worry about it. But how this is, they're all, it's a 20-gram mini skeins. They're all packaged up like this. And then this one is called The First Snow. I don't know if it'll focus or not. But every mini skein is a surprise color. And on the 25th, I get a full skein of yarn. So, I don't know how I want to do this. I don't think I will show all of the colors this time. I think since I have decided I'm going to wait to crochet with these, I will like take a picture of them all together so you can see all of them rather than going through every basket. But like for example, the first day was this color, Morning Coffee. So they're all different colors and they're so pretty. Well, I can find St. Nicholas, maybe I can. That's 9, 3, 4. I just chucked them back in here. 8, 9, 11. Well, maybe I can't find it easily. Like the one I literally can't find. Oh, this is 6. This is 6. This is St. Nicholas. So the stitch marker came with this, this beautiful colorway. So I'm really enjoying this. So this is a Homespun House. Molly with the Homespun House does all the dyeing. And they are located in Germany. So when this box came from Germany, I was super excited. And this is just really, really special. So I just have it in a basket. Not the prettiest presentation. But I basically did that because a lot of people hang them up like on a string. But I really didn't have anywhere to hang it up. So I just put it in a basket. I thought it'd be easier. So that is my advent calendar. So that is one big stash enhancement. From there, let's see, what do I want to do next? I did order a knit picks order. I think I'll do that next. So basically I'd gotten some birthday money, some money for my birthday, and with the intention of buying a bunch of yarn. So naturally I hit up the knit picks sale. And oh yeah, I want to show that too. Naturally, I hit up the Knit Pick sale and bought a bunch of yarn. So I bought a few sweater quantities of yarn and then some other yarn as well. Let me see, is everything in here? Yeah. So this box is full. So we'll start with the first one. I bought some Hawthorne fingering kettle dye. This is the color Conifer. So I bought this. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful like spruce green, like a evergreen. Conifer. The name fits. And it's really blowing out right now. It's a very deep green, and the camera is just really washing it out. But it's a very deep green. It's almost maybe more accurate back here. It's hard to tell. And then to go with that, I bought, what is this one? It's again Hawthorne kettle dye, and it's the Nymph colorway. And this one is really, really, again, it's like a minty color. And then together, you get this nice contrast. And this is going to become, I believe the pattern name is Peperomia. I don't remember now. It's a beautiful sweater pattern, colorwork sweater pattern, and it's just beautiful. As soon as it was going to be released, as soon as it was released, I should say, I immediately bought the pattern because they had like a little sale on the pattern, and Justin was just like, you keep talking about it. You need to buy this pattern. And this was a while ago, but then I never bought the yarn. So I waited for the Knit Pick sale, and this will be my color scheme for this sweater. So pretty. Where am I going to put this? I apologize for crinkling for a brief moment. There's a lot of this. Excuse me. Okay, so then I also purchased some Stroll fingering weight yarn in the Jackrabbit Heather colorway. I just mainly got this for heels, toes, and cuffs for socks. Although I could just knit a pair of socks out of this. I might actually just knit a pair of socks out of this for Dad in this gray colorway. So Dad, I haven't decided yet. If you don't want these as straight socks, like just straight gray socks, I will use these for heels, toes, and socks on colorful socks. Let me know. So there's that. I did get another sweater quantity of yarn. I don't have a sweater in mind at the moment. But I got Hawthorne fingering color lengths. I think this was their multi. I think these are typically based off of locations. But it's this beautiful purple and almost blue tonal. Or variegated color, I guess you could say. And it's really pretty. So I got a bunch of skeins of that because I want to knit myself a sweater. I think there's still a little bit more. Yes, there is. I got a skein of some black Stroll for heels, toes, and cuffs. So I think I was going to make socks out of the gray, unless Dad, you don't want solid gray socks. And then I will use it for whatever. And then I got a skein of the Hawthorne fingering weight Mr. Scott. I thought this could be a really pretty pair of socks. Dad, if you like it, you get first dibs. Otherwise, I will knit myself socks out of it. And the colorway isn't that great. There's some blues and some like green, tan, khaki colors almost. So I think it's really pretty. It is a variegated, so there is a bunch of color to it, but it's very muted colors. So I thought it was really pretty. And then last but not least, I got 2 skeins of Felici to knit myself socks. This is the Red Rocks colorway, and it's just their neon color. The brightest color they had, that's what I got. So I got that. And then because I ordered so much yarn, I qualified for a free tote bag. Actually, not really, but I did order a lot of yarn. And I qualified for a free tote bag, so I got this one here. And it's got all kinds of cats on skeins of yarn. And I thought it was very appropriate. And then when I opened it up, there's actually, here, let me pull the handle out. This is actually really well made because there's a little button, like a little snap to keep it closed. There's even a pocket inside. And this canvas is really thick. So, very happy with this. Not sure if I'll just put knitting projects in it or if I'll use it. I'll probably use it for all kinds of things. When I have tote bags, I use them for all kinds of things. So that is what I got from Knit Pick. So there's a lot of yarn there. So let me offload all of this yarn off my desk back in here. Now I can put this away. I've had this out because I wanted to show you guys, and now that I've shown you, I can put this away. Then, next up actually is something that Justin got me for my birthday. Where did I sit down? Ah, yeah. So for my birthday, Justin got me this kit. I think he got it off of Amazon, but it's just a plethora. There's a card in the top, but it's just a pouch with a plethora of mini skeins of acrylic yarn in like all the colors in the world. There's crochet hooks in here, but amigurumi, little crocheted animals. That's what amigurumi is. This would be perfect. This is going to be perfect for making little crocheted animals, like the details or switching the colors. It's like all the colors under the sun. There's 2 of each, and it's like every color under the sun in here. So this is really cool. And the pouch is even super handy. But let's see. Yeah, you can even see in here. There's so many skeins of yarn. It came with a little pouch with crochet hooks, darning needles, and stitch markers. So like, I wonder if this was even intended to make crocheted animals like amigurumi. The card didn't say anything about that, but I don't know. Either way, that's immediately what I think I'm going to use this for, because this is just perfect. Because a lot of those little animal patterns, you need a tiny little bit of yarn here and there, and this is all you need. So that was really exciting. Now we're going to move on to non-knit loves, but still kind of knit loves because I have a lot of stuff still. So he also, when we were at a Michael's or a Joanne Crafts, I said I needed the really, really big and the really small pom-pom makers. And he ordered me the set. You can tell I've already used it because it's open, but he ordered me this set of pom-pom makers that I had been looking at the store. That was really sweet. He knew. And I couldn't believe it. He's like, sometimes I listen to you. But he got me a set of pom-pom makers. So I've already used a couple of these because, yeah, I really like them. And I love these clover pom-pom makers. So highly recommend. They are great. So that was really sweet. Let me see, because I wrote my show notes last week and then I didn't get to it. Let me see. I think that's actually it for like stash enhancements and those types of things, but I did have a few things I wanted to show otherwise. What is that? I have no idea what I wrote down there. If I ever figure it out, I will figure it out. Oh, there is one more knitting thing. My grandma gave me this case. And this was the case that held all her knitting needles, and I believe all great-grandma's knitting needles. So, she gave me the case, and all of the vintage needles, and this is just going to be a very, very treasured thing. Because, yeah, it's got all these vintage knitting needles used by our family in a case that... this case is just me in a case, but it's also got all these memories to it. So I wanted to share. It's just very special, and I'm very, very happy that she let me carry on the tradition by giving me this little thing here. So I am very happy about that. But yeah, I have no idea what I wrote for one of my things. No clue. I'm laying under one of them. Justin also got me a Doctor Who blanket, which he probably won't be able to see, but trust me, it's TARDIS. There's a whole bunch of, like, explosions in the TARDIS. So, TARDI, whatever the plural is. And I love it. So I've just been under this blanket all day. And since he gave it to me. And then I also wanted to bring up a series. Amazon released the Wheel of Time series on Amazon. And I've only seen the first episode because I thought Justin wanted to watch the rest with me, but he's really not into this, so I get to watch the rest myself. But I literally watched one episode, found out it was based off of the books, and immediately bought the book off Amazon. So the Wheel of Time series on Amazon is based off of the books, the Wheel of Time series books. The first book is The Eye of the World, and it's by Robert Jordan. I have not dove into this yet, but look how thick this book is. And then on top of it, look how small the font is. I'm so excited. But yeah, I'm so excited. This book is going to take forever to read. I love books that are so thick and so long. It makes me happy, because then it takes forever to read it. And if it's, I guess that would suck if the book wasn't great. But if the book is good, then it just keeps going and going. And you don't have to feel sad because you know you have a lot of book to read. So like these epic fantasy stories, this book is so thick. Look at all these pages. How many pages is it? 800 something? I'm excited to read this. I'm really hoping this will be good, because like the Sword of Shannara series I really love, and that's like 4,000 books at this point, and I haven't read all of them, and they just keep going, and I never hate it. So this is a series as well, so if this is good, I'm gonna have a lot to keep me busy for a while. So that was exciting. I recommend the series on Amazon. I haven't gotten super far, but I'm already obsessed with it, so putting that out there. Other than that, let me see. Oh, I did want to show you, I crocheted, I had one other finished object I forgot I did. I just crocheted a little holly leaf. It's super cute. I like it. I'm probably just going to use it in my decor or put it on my tree, but it was fun, and I just wanted to do something, so I crocheted a little holly. Well, moving on. I finally figured out what that said. It says cookie cutters. My dad and I went through my mom's stash of cookie cutters because I had quite a few, and now I get them, which is exciting because this weekend I am baking a ton of cookies, so I will need them. But that's what that said. But moving on to life lately. At Thanksgiving, let's see, a couple weeks ago was Thanksgiving, and my husband couldn't go to visit family on Thanksgiving because he had to work, so I just went to Eagle River to visit my dad and my grandma and the puppies, and we had a little Thanksgiving celebration, which was super nice, and we did some chores and decorated grandma's house, and it was a lot of fun. It was a good thing to go. And then when I got back, it was my birthday, and so I had to work that day, but then we went out to dinner, and it was super nice. So it was an enjoyable, fun time, so we did that. And then, let's see, what else? Other than that, I've just been like holiday crafting and doing all of the things, preparing for the holidays, really enjoying it. Just crafting in general, making things for people. What else? I'm going to bake cookies this weekend. I need to wrap gifts this weekend. I wrote Christmas cards last night. All of that. Also, life lately, you might notice my hair is purple. It's been a few weeks now, so it's not quite as neon as it once was, but I did dye my hair purple. My friend and I got together one night, and she dyed her hair pink, and I dyed my hair purple, and I love it. Yes, work approved it. I checked and asked before I did anything, so if anyone's worried about that, nope, work was good. They don't care. All good there, but I really like it, so I'm super happy with it, and I'm just like, I want to do it again. I want to dye my hair purple again at some point, so super happy I finally did it. I've always said I want to dye my hair a crazy color at least once in my life, and so it was like a neon fuchsia. Like I said, it's faded a little bit, but I really like it, so yeah. With that, I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's the holiday season. I'm guessing my next episode probably won't be until the new year, just because in the next couple weeks we're already into Christmas, and just boom, we're there. And then I'm gonna be spending time with my family, obviously. I don't want to be podcasting on the 25th. That's Christmas Day. So so with that, I will say it's probably going to be a few more weeks until the next episode happens, but that is okay. That's a-okay. Hopefully I'll have a lot to show you then. Hopefully I'll have plenty of time to crochet and knit all the things or craft all the things for the holidays, and then I will be able to share that with you. I also have been taking little snippets of video here and there, and I was looking at them this morning. I didn't realize I had that much, so maybe I will just do a short video, less than 5 minutes, that's just like little clips of all the little things, little video I took from the season, because it's super Christmassy. We'll see if I do that or not. I don't know. No promises at the moment. That'd be more vlog style. But other than that, I have been talking your ear off, and this is going to take forever to edit and render. And I need to go bake cookies. Lots and lots of cookies. So I think I have shown you everything I have to share. If I find something, I will write it down for the next episode. And we'll just plan on seeing you in 2022. So with that, let's see. Let's just remind you where you can find me. You can find me on Instagram as Tori Schaffner. If I'm going to be anywhere, that's probably where I'm going to be most active. I am on Facebook. My Ravelry is lilwestie, Lal-Westie. I update all my project pages there. Show notes can be found on the blog, woolymastodon.wordpress.com. And of course, you can find me here on YouTube. If you liked the video, please like it, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, comment below. I'd love to just grow this little family on the interwebs. And like I said, with that, I hope you have a very amazing end of the year 2021. Blessed with family and friends and joy. And I will see you in my next episode. Bye!